Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Skills. Alright, so check this out. I told you I had something special for you, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm even going to take my glasses off for this one. Alright? Okay. I want to introduce to y'all a very special guest. Someone that has been with me through girlfriends. Someone that started with me in my journalism journey, or my journey through journalism. Someone that actually I met during my internship. All right, who is that special something? This trusty box cutter. Me and trusty box cutter go back all the way to 1996. And I'm going to tell y'all, like I said, what trusty box cutter is all about, alright? This puppy, actually I used to have my name on here. And it was like, it said the box cutter. Alright, so the reason that me and box cutter have history, alright, is actually, I know my wife longer than I've known box cutter. Trusty box cutter. But what happened was, I was interning at the Biloxi Sun Herald. It's a McClatchy. It was, at the time, was a Night Ritter newspaper in Biloxi in Gulfport, Mississippi. But what happened is, I started off as a copy editing intern. Mike Tonis was the editor at the time, and I had actually, it was like Christmas break of '95, and I asked the managing editor at the time, Mrs. Andrea Yeager, alright, love you Andrea, who actually we're Facebook buds now, and baby girl used to work at the Houston Chronicle way back in the day. Alright, that or the Post, forgive me. Alright, so what happened is, I was going to school at Alcorn State, and my advisor, Dr. David Crosby, he was like, you know, Will, you scored so high on the communication school entrance test, why don't you pursue a career in journalism, but copy editing? Quickest way you can get into any newsroom in the country. I'm like, whatever, dude. I want to be like this awesome reporter or photojournalist. But, I said, okay, why not? So I emailed her. Actually, I called her because that was before email. Yeah. So it was in winter break '95, and I was like, hey, Miss Yeager, my name is Willie Jefferson. I'm a student at Alcorn State University, but I have family here in the area. I'm going to be, back on the coast. Can I spend the night with the copy editor? She was like, yeah, sure. So, I went, chilled out with them, and said, pretty interesting. Well, after that, they said, hey, during spring break, you want to come and help. Wasn't getting paid or anything. So during spring break, Mike Tonis, the executive editor at the time, called me into his office and said, so I see, I hear you want an internship. I said, yes, sir. And I looked down, and in front of his office, he had different cover letters. I remember seeing Syracuse, University of Illinois, Fighting Illini, Michigan, University of Michigan, and just all these different ones. Harvard, Duke. All these letterhead, just from students. And he had them laid out for me to see and everything. And I looked down, and he was like, yeah, so all these people want internships. He's like, why should I give you an internship? And I said, because, I said, all these people, they're probably good. They're probably better than me. But you have to understand, all right, I was made for this. This is my internship, all right? I said, you give me a chance. He said, you know how to spell? So I can hold my own. He said, you can use a Webster's, can't you? I said, yes, sir. He said, congrats, you got the internship. I'm like, bet. So, summer '96, bam, I'm starting my journalism career, my journey into journalism. And they were showing me how to output stories. Now, I only did a couple of them when I was an intern. But most of the time, they would output the story, but it would be longer. And back in the day, the way that you would do it is you would output a single story, and they would come along in these, like, sheet of paper about that big, but you would have to cut it, put wax on the back, and then stick it up on this poster board. they send the poster board up to this thing called camera room. Camera room take a picture of it and they make a plate, and then that's how you would eventually end up getting a page. They do it all now by computer. They actually just eliminated a couple departments doing that. Right now they could just output, you know, like what I do now in the newsroom I work in now, in the Chronicle. Once you're finished with a page, everything's laid out. It's called pagination. Everything's laid out digitally, and it's put on you know, a virtual plate. They put the plate, output the plate. So, but back in the day though, they output the stories. Stories like would have to fit a certain area, certain place. So what you would do is they issued out box cutters, and you would just sit there and then trim the story. When I got this, I was like, I was a box cutter virgin. I'm like, I'm scared I'm gonna cut myself. By the end of my internship, and that was just like 3 months, I was sitting up there and like I was able to output stories, or someone would output a story, it'd be long, and then they say, hey Willie, it's long, and I'd be in a composing room. I'd get that box cutter, I'm talking about, and I'm a pro at this, alright, and this was before September 11th, so I mean, hey, you give me a box cutter, alright, I'm gonna use that puppy like a shank. Okay, so the thing is, I've kept this box cutter ever since my internship at the Sun Herald, and I look at it and it reminds me just how far in my journalism career that I've come. You know that, like I said, I started off as a copy editor. I didn't know, I was young, crazy, did some really stupid stuff, you know, but now I'm a veteran. I've been in the business for 16 years now. I'm at the Houston Chronicle, one of the biggest newspapers in the United States, and I'm a senior copy editor. I do tech support, I also do copy editing in the evenings, but, you know, what am I known for? I'm known for video games. So, this keeps me humble. So, even though y'all love the sound of it, even though my daughter, she's like, so where's your trusty box cutter, you know? But for me, every time I see it, it keeps me humble. It makes me realize just how far, you know, the good Lord has brought me from. And that, you know, I originally, like I said, initially started as an unpaid intern. And then during my internship in '96, I started, I was getting like $8 an hour. And now I make much more than $8, you know, an hour. But the thing is, you know, this click brings back a lot of memories. You know, think about a lot of friends, some of them who have gone, you know, who are deceased now, and some of them who moved out of journalism. But this, like I said, keeps me grounded, keeps me humble. So, you know, even though y'all may laugh at it, even though y'all may think this is a stupid story, but this right here is, like I said, just sharing a little bit of who I am. So, box cutter me, you know, we have history, and I'm never giving this puppy up. So, you know, I thank Paul Hampton, you know, I thank John Bialis, Jim Mashik, you know, all the composing crew, you know, for teaching me how to use this. So, even Joshua Beach. So, alright, so that's the story of Trusty Box Cutter, alright? So, every time you see this puppy, just remember, you know, that it holds, you know, special purpose to me. It keeps me grounded, keeps me humble, reminds me where I've been and where I'm going. Alright, so anyway, it's your boy Skills, alright? Talk to y'all later. Deuces.